The room went quiet the moment the words left his mouth. Forks paused midair. A laugh died somewhere near the window. He stood there, cake crumbs on his fingers, realizing a joke could sound like a confession when spoken out loud. She was still holding the knife. His boss. Her smile froze, not offended, not amused, just thoughtful. And in that silence, his heartbeat became the loudest thing in the room. Before I tell you what happened next, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Valley. And tell me where you're watching from. The office was dressed in soft yellow light that afternoon. Streamers sagged from the ceiling like tired smiles. It was his birthday, and for once, people remembered. Someone had bought a cheap chocolate cake. Someone else had written his name wrong. Still, it felt warm. He had worked there for 6 years. Always on time. Always quiet. The kind of employee people trusted but rarely noticed. She had joined the company 2 years ago. Younger than expected. Sharper than rumors. She ran meetings with calm authority and listened more than she spoke. No one called her by her first name. When they asked him to cut the cake, his hands shook. Not from nerves. From gratitude. He laughed and said the first foolish thing that came to his mind. So, he said, raising the plastic knife, "Will you marry me?" A joke. A harmless line. The kind people laugh at and forget. But laughter didn't come. Her eyes met his. Not angry. Not embarrassed. Curious. She placed the knife down slowly. "What if I say yes?" she asked. The room exhaled all at once. He felt heat rush to his face. Words stumbled inside his throat. He tried to laugh it off, but the moment had already grown legs. She didn't wait for an answer. She just nodded once and said, "Enjoy your cake. We'll talk later." That night, he couldn't sleep. The city outside his window blinked like restless eyes. He replayed the moment again and again, wondering how a joke could open a door he never meant to touch. The next morning, her assistant called him in. No smile. No explanation. Just a polite gesture toward the glass office upstairs. The power imbalance weighed on him as he walked. Each step echoed with doubt. Apologies formed, collapsed, reformed. Inside, the blinds were half open. Sunlight cut the room into clean lines. She stood by the window, holding 2 cups of coffee. "I hope you take yours without sugar," she said softly. He nodded, unsure whether to sit or stand. She didn't look at him at first. "Do you know why I didn't laugh yesterday?" she asked. He shook his head. "Because no one ever jokes with me like that," she said. "Everyone is careful. Afraid. They see a title, not a person." She turned then. Her voice stayed steady. "But jokes reveal truth," she continued. "Even when we don't mean them to." He swallowed. "I'm sorry," he said. "I crossed a line." She considered him for a long moment. "Did you mean it?" she asked. He looked down at his hands. "I don't think I allowed myself to," he said. It felt impossible. She smiled, not as a boss, but as a woman tired of distance. "Impossible is often just unspoken," she replied. Before I continue, take a second to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone, and subscribe to Kindness Valley. Your support keeps these stories alive. She told him about her life then. How leadership was lonely. How strength invited silence, not honesty. How people assumed she had everything, while she sat alone most nights eating cold dinners. He told her about his. A small apartment. A mother he supported. Dreams postponed until they felt childish. There was no grand confession. Just 2 people sitting across a desk, realizing respect had quietly grown into something deeper. "I'm not saying yes," she finally said. His heart sank. "I'm saying," she continued, "if you ever ask me seriously, without an audience, I'll listen." Weeks passed. Nothing changed at work. Professional distance remained. But something invisible softened. One evening, after a long project wrapped up, they walked out together. The city lights reflected in puddles from an earlier rain. He stopped under a street lamp. No cake. No crowd. Just honesty. "I wasn't joking anymore," he said. "And I don't need an answer today." She looked at him, really looked. And this time, she smiled freely. Yes, she said. Now you asked like yourself. Time unfolded gently after that. They moved carefully. Respect first. Then affection. The office never knew the moment love began. Only that two people grew lighter. More human. Power never defined them. Character did. And the lesson lingered quietly. Sometimes courage wears the disguise of humor. Sometimes truth slips out when we stop trying to be impressive. And sometimes, the bravest thing we do is speak, without knowing who might finally hear us. If this story moved you, like, comment, and share your Kindness Valley thoughts below, and subscribe for more untold stories.